everyone. So welcome to the next episode of Real Estate Ramblings. Today I want to talk all about buying a home. So if you are planning to purchase a home, this video is for you, even if it is 6 months down the road, because when it comes to buying a home, it's really all about timing and planning. It's different than selling a home. It's a very different thing. So I came up with a list of 6 things that you should put in practice and do before you even start looking at homes with a realtor. So the first one is going to be to speak with a lender, especially if this is your first time purchasing a home. I think it's really important that you start the dialogue with a lender and you even shop around to find somebody that you like working with, because that's the most important thing, and somebody that you think will do a good job for you and somebody that is going to have competitive rates. So start talking with a lender early on, and the reason is also because they're going to tell you about things that you need to start doing, maybe some practices that you need to put in place before you're ready to go out and make an offer. And then on the other side of this, you want to share with them what your income is, your assets, your debts, what do your monthly bills look like, because they're going to be the ones to tell you how much you can actually afford. The worst thing out there is probably if you begin to fall in love with a neighborhood or a particular home, and then you find out maybe after you've even seen it that you can't afford it. So you really want to make sure that you speak with a lender, you know exactly how much you can afford, and you also make sure that you put in place some good practices like not opening up any credit cards, not buying a car, not buying a motorcycle, or taking out some sort of loan before you are ready to make an offer on a home. So number 2, save money. This kind of goes along with number 1, but remember, it's more than just a down payment. There are many things that go along with the purchase of the home, many expenses. And actually in my next video, I'm going to talk about shocking, or maybe unexpected is a better word, expenses that go along with purchasing a home. So it's not just the down payment. You've got your closing cost, you've got the cost of getting an inspection done, and then of course many people want to fill a new home with lovely new furniture. So save your money and have it all set aside for that day. Number 3, explore the neighborhoods that you think you're interested in moving in. So I tell people to do this all the time, to go to these neighborhoods if you're not already familiar with them, but visit these neighborhoods at different times of the day on different days of the week. And the reason behind that is a neighborhood can look and feel and sound is a big thing here, very different on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the morning versus a Saturday at 6 o'clock in the evening. I remember taking somebody once to a neighborhood on a Saturday for a second look, and the whole street was just packed with cars. People were outside having fun, having parties, and that was fine. But it was not the sort of lifestyle that my client envisioned for her next home. So we said goodbye and we never came back. So check the neighborhood, different days of the week, and also different times of the day. Number 4, check commute times. So if you are still in the rat race and you are employed and you've got to get someplace and you're not really familiar with the city or what the commute times look like, you really want to always keep in mind that maybe a neighborhood you love and a house that you love will still be 45 minutes one way to get to your job. So always check the commute times. Number 5, check the schools. So even if you don't have kids, it is important to keep this in mind for resale value. And if you do have kids, you want to do your research on the ISD. You want to make sure it's a place where you would feel comfortable sending your kids, or if you don't, you need to consider the fact that you will have to potentially pay for private school, which is not cheap. So number 6, check the zoning. Okay, so if the home backs up to an empty field, or if there's, empty land across the street, you want to do your research. And normally you can find this with your local city website, but if not, I can always help with that. If you have a question on zoning, I can look that up for you. I can find out who owns the property, number one, and then what is it zoned for. But just because somebody owns it, it's private ranch land or whatever, does not mean that they always will. So you want to keep that in mind. Be thinking about the future when it comes to those empty spaces. They could become a 7-Eleven someday, and you probably don't want to back up to a convenience store. So I really appreciate y'all watching. If you have a real estate need, if you have a real estate question, please leave it below, call, text, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.